So we've got our bar work done and we've got our guards on. Now, we went with rivets all the way around the guard openings. Originally, we had a concern down that front edge, because there's such an angle difference, we didn't want to rivet it because you're going to get that Chesterfield button effect as it pulled in the sheet metal. But, delicious, filler, full of it. We started grinding that and you can see the amount of fallout on the floor down here. And we thought, nah, rather than open up a can of worms that we don't have time to deal with, we'll just rivet it. So you do get the Chesterfield couch button effect here where it's distorted this surface. It doesn't matter. We're going to texture coat this thing with a rough and tough paint. You're not going to read the surface. It's not going to highlight. So you can see we've got plenty of hips on the Bandit now. At the front, we only scored one guard and it's a terrible guard as it is. Now, Wrecker's words, he said, Frontier guards, mate, they're as rare as rocking horse shit. That means in Australian terms, they're hard to get. So, we've got an idea. We're going to Mad Max it. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to pick the tangent of this blister here and here. I'm going to splice that out, put a slit down there, and then we'll just make our own Frontier guards. Put a tape line on this tangent where we want to cut it. We want to try and keep the radius, and on that tangent where it bridges from, I guess, this tangent to this tangent, we're just going to put a sheet of steel in there. We've got some old panel steel on the ground that'll match it perfect. So a good little trick, if you're ever taping surface lines on a car, mirror your tape. So what I've done is rough that first one out. Now I'm going to mirror one underneath and just tune the line out to where I think it is. Now it's simple. We can pull the guard out where we want. We'll make our own blister infill bit here and just tack it back together, join the dots. So we've got our bigger tyres on it now, and the good thing is they fill out, they hang out the guards where we want it to be. Back to the front guards, where we didn't have the flared ones. I've cut the flare and pumped out the original Rodeo guard. It's going to have to do. We've got a time frame here. We're trying to mirror up the guards. What we're finding, there's too much material in here that we really need to shrink all this to get this to lean in. We really need to shrink, and then it'll fall into shape, but it's not going to happen. So see that, how much positive that one's got? That's the outermost point where we're close to this, so you read it, it looks like it's V in that one, where it needs to be. It needs to be there. And the amount of filler this thing has got on it, the amount of dust that's going to come off it when I buzz that back. And we're going to make a template now from, I guess, to infill this blister here, tack it all up, go from there. So we've templated our guard off the other side, and we've got a fancy, expensive profile gauge here, which we profiled up the other guard, which will set up the curve for us. But the most helpful thing really, good old-fashioned masking tape. We taped it on that side, which is the Frontier guard, which allowed us to make a pattern that we directly stuck on sheet metal. And then we've cut that shape out, so what we're going to do is just start tacking this and just form it to this curve. The heat as we put in it is going to sweep it around. It's not the way you do it if you were going to try and dress this up and make it shiny. You're going to end up with a lot of filler on it. But for what we're doing, we just need the guards to hang out. We're not even going to fully weld it, we're just going to give this a few tacks right down the edge, enough to hold it together, and we're going to paint over it with texture coat. So we've got our truck here, and the whole justification on this project was if we can paint one side with the Bully, the other side with the Raptor, we can actually go out and test this in a real world application. We'll take this truck out, we'll throw it around the circuit, door handle to door handle racing, we'll bring it home, we'll wash it as you would as if you took your truck out and you went through the bush in it, and then we'll evaluate it from there. So let's get into it. So we've got our Bully rubber liner here, which is our water-based acrylic version.